Hi there! In my last video, I tell you all about my great desire of becoming a mom and our struggle with infertility. If you haven't seen it yet, please click on the link below. In this video, I'll tell you how we find a specialist to visit and about all the exams and the plan that we follow afterwards. I was telling you in my last video, we got in the small percentage of couples that had unknown infertility, and that was very difficult for us since we just didn't know what was wrong and why we were not getting pregnant. So after all this time, after a year and a half, I talked to my father-in-law. Now, something you need to know is that a lot of the family of my husband, they are gynecologists. So if you have a question or something, it's really easy access to get to them. So I was telling them, how frustrated I was feeling, how sad I was feeling, and that I just didn't know what was wrong. And he mentioned that it was very important for us to find not only a specialist, but someone that will guide us through the whole process, someone that will beat the drums, and basically we needed the best. So he talked to this doctor who is unbelievable, and at that time it was actually even difficult to get an appointment with him. So we waited for a month, and that month, after that month, we were able to meet with him. And on the first appointment, again, it's like manage expectations, because in the first appointment, right away you want to for him to have all the answers, for him to tell you exactly what you need to do, and for you to get pregnant right away. So of course it's not like that. It's a process like everything else. And we met with him, and that was very interesting. I remember I was super emotional. I had all my feelings here in my throat and about to cry, and I promised myself that I was not gonna cry there because I needed to focus on what he needed to say about us. So it was very, very informative, and he created this plan about what we needed to do first, which was to run huge tests. Like, we needed to run a huge amount of tests. It was ridiculous. There was a lot of tests, and also we needed to take some medication to clean our bodies, like antibiotics, and to prepare our bodies for everything else. So we did. We were very diligent with that. We did every single exam that he suggested, and also we took all the medication. So that month went through, and afterwards, the results through that, we were having a incompatibility problem, and I was making antibodies against my husband's sperm. And also something about the ovulation, it's always hard for me to say that word. But it didn't seem like something that you couldn't fix. You were gonna take some medication, and then you were gonna be able to be successful about getting pregnant. So we did. We bought all the medication, everything that he suggested again, and I live in a country, it's called Costa Rica, and it's beautiful, and it has a wonderful social security system, the public hospital. Back then, these type of procedures were not done in the public system. That's a long story. I'll tell you more about it in another video. But, and it was only offered in the private system. And there's no insurance that will cover fertility treatments, as you know. So we needed to start paying all this out of pocket. And since we started to conceive, trying to conceive, we created a baby fund, and we started saving amount of money every month for the baby that was gonna come. And to be honest with you, I never thought that I was gonna use this money for to make the baby, but it was all worth it. And I was very happy that we were able to save for that time all that money, because we were able to pay for our exams, but it was everything out of pocket since no insurance will cover it. So we went through the exams, we went through, bought all the medications, and this doctor said, okay, so we are going to create a plan for you to follow for 6 months, and naturally with these medications you'll get pregnant. We're not gonna be more invasive or anything like that. Everything seemed to be okay as far as the problem being solved with medication. One of the medications that I had in the packages, it was tons of medications and injections and everything, was Clomid. And I have heard horror stories about this medication. I thought Clomid was gonna ruin my life forever and that I was not gonna be able to go to work. And to be honest with you, it was hard, but it was not as I expected. It was better than I expected. I started taking all this medication for for a couple of weeks, and you get all these mood swings or hot flashes and maybe headaches, but nothing that you could not work around. So that was very comforting. I don't know if it is because I was just very, very excited about getting the whole treatment done, that I didn't get so many side effects, but I did get side effects, but they were not as bad. And I was happy because at that time I was I'm still working full-time, so it was not a luxury that I had just to stay home and rest. So that was good. And so in my next video I'll tell you more about what happened through these 2 weeks of medication and when we found out, and the change of plans. Thanks for watching.